we started to get better and better. You know, we got more and more students. And it became, our growth became obvious to some of the other art colleges around the area. Cleveland Institute, for example, was a little bit like our friend from the big university, you know. Cleveland Institute, this is one of the meetings of the National Association of Schools of Art and Design, asked me for a little meeting. Mary was with me, you know, but he didn't want Mary to be in the meeting. He said, no, just you, Joe, you know, you and I will talk. And this is the Cleveland Institute. You can't believe these guys, you know. I can't believe how they can be in education, you know, to help people and educate and all that, and be the way they are. He set me down again, a little bit like the other big deal. He says, I understand you stole 2 students from us. Here I go again, you know. I said, oh my God. I said, his name was Joe also. I said, Joe, first of all, if you keep going, how can you steal people? How can you steal students? We didn't steal students. I said, Joe, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, why don't you have your admission man talk to my admission person and find out what happened to those 2 students? I don't think our admission people steal students. So maybe your 2 students assigned for you changed their mind and then they came down to CCAD. That's exactly what happened, by the way. Of course, I didn't know. I mean, I'm not too sure of that. I'm not too sure because I never found out who they were. It's hard to tell, you know, who these kids were. And of course, the head of admissions at CCAD says, I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know who they are. See, so we were right. I was right when I was talking to him. He says, I don't know what you're talking about. How do you find out that way? See, but you know, we were not members. See, they always have something behind it. He was a member, Joe McCullough is his name. Joe McCullough was a member of the ethics committee of the National Association of Schools of Art and Design. He was trying to find something they could nail us with because we were not members yet. You know, in order to give out the degree, you know, backed by the National Association of Schools of Art and Design, you know, you cannot have bad marks against you by the ethics committee, see? And that's, I'm not positive about this, but I presume, because Joe never liked the idea that we went over. I mean, he was bragging when he was 200 or 300 students more than us, but now we were double. You know, we got double his size, and they were angry. They were angry because we got bigger than they were. See, the same stuff in a different sense. Joe never apologized. He's not that type. See, it's not a big deal, by the way. See, I never really talked to him after that. I didn't bother with him. What's the use? I mean, there are too many decent people in this world, you know, to chat with, to talk, to exchange ideas. You have to talk to these jerks. They're idiots, you know. They're idiots that do those things. They're not, well, you know, decent thinking people. I don't know, I didn't get it. And there were other schools, by the way. They were not the only one. They were hearing the word that we were getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Don't forget, you know, we became one of the 5th largest in the country. 5th largest in the country. They don't like it, see? They don't like it. Some schools, you know, big schools, said they were happy with us, you know. They were, like Rhode Island School of Design, happy with it. The Maryland College of Art and Design, you know, they were happy. They were working with them, by the way, for the degree sometime past. See? So we didn't have that kind of trouble. But that kind of thing exists in the profession, you know. But sooner or later, I don't know, the truth has to come out. I know. I said, this is what happened to us. And but when you read an article, a long article about what now the museum is going to do with the school, oh, my advice to the school to say, watch out. The history is bad. The history is not good at all. They tried to destroy the school 3 times, definitely 3 times. The last time, boy, they had all the forces, all of them, the banks, the newspaper, everybody. Too bad they didn't scare us. We just ain't scared. We don't scare very easily. That's it, see. That's all. That I can say with pride. I forgot to tell you, by the way, Tom, you know, you asked me where I was born and everything else. And I told you, a little town just south of Ancona. I forgot to tell you that Ancona in Italy, see, is about, a little bit north of center, about the same latitude as Florence. But in Ancona, it was a seaport. That's where the Romans landed. So many of our people, they say we are descendants from the Romans. So I'm a Roman. See, I don't scare very easily. I got that in. Just make sure you make a note of it. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. But next time we'll talk about the degrees, and maybe we can end up there.
Just out of curiosity, the people you were talking about, just so we know, who was that guy at Ohio State?
I don't mind telling you. His name is Jerry Hausman.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Hausman. He went up. He got the job at Minneapolis College of Art, I think 3 or 4 years before they fired him. He destroyed it. Yeah, I understood he actually got rid of some of the easels and stuff, and you started to put up blackboards to talk about art, not to practice it, you know. But I'm not, like I said, we're not recording this, right?
Not now. Thanks, too.
Atkinson was 18th, too.
Oh, okay.
D.I. is, B.I. is Bishop.
Oh, Bishop, okay.
Bishop.
Okay.
He was real bad. Now, the bishop, you know, was the chairman of the board of the museum.